Ines Solovyova here again, and today we have Miguel right here. And one thing I want to tell you guys, this is not a secret anymore. Miguel does not work for AFISPOR. He's a fellow from Class 29. I know, right? I was like, what? You're a fellow? He's a fellow. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Miguel.
Thank you, Anya. It's been a pleasure actually talking to you. I'm Miguel Aguirre. I'm from Ecuador. I'm serving at American Red Cross, specifically at the Global Disaster Preparedness Center, which is a reference center as part of the American Red Cross and the International Federation of the Red Cross Red Crescent Network. And it's been an amazing experience, and I'm happy that we're having this interview.
Yes, I'm happy too. Well, I mean, your job, well, what you just said sounds very fancy, what you do at Red Cross. What is still the most, let's say, the most important thing to you in your experience with Red Cross?
Actually, the most important experience that I learned, I would say, from the fellowship as well, Atlas Corps Fellowship and the Red Cross, it's the intercultural change. All the cultural language and experiences and customs that we have between fellows. I will say that probably one of the biggest experiences that I can take away from this fellowship is how I'm less ignorant of the war.
Oh, interesting.
Which is probably, it's a funny way to say it, probably in this negative side, but I think you will never get all the knowledge. But as soon as you become less ignorant of the things of climate change, of conflict situations, of the culture, of religions, of different hazards around the world, and how these hazards impact in the communities. That's the work that I'm doing from the communication side, for example. And working on communication as well, I have the opportunity to learn from different audiences. How is the Asia-Pacific region? How's the Latin American region?
Yeah, that's a great insight, honestly. And you just said that you learned a lot from different points of view. Is there one thing that you learned during your fellowship that you can share with other fellows? Like just one thing out of all those amazing things that you learned.
Being humble. I think the most important thing is when you put in the position that you know everything, I think you actually don't gain experience. But being humble to recognize that you must have a certain amount of knowledge, and you can get more knowledge, and you can get more perspectives. It's even better because you will put in the center of the conflict situation, in the center of a communication strategy, in the center of a meeting, of a gathering with fellows, and open these big ears that we have and listen to all ideas and insights that people have around this, maybe your social issue.
Well, in those things, is there something that you're proud of as an achievement during your fellowship? Like something very, significant that you've done? I'm sure there were plenty of things, but
I think the most significant thing during the fellowship is it's kind of sound selfish, but that I get to know me better. Like I know my limits. It is an achievement because it takes too much effort sometimes to recognize. Sometimes it's difficult to manage during holidays probably. I miss my family. Sometimes you have a lot of work, very intensive, which you have to manage your time. Also, the fellowship gives you the opportunity to be part of these different trainings, different workshops, different networking opportunities. So sometimes the time is a roadblock. It could be a roadblock, also could be an opportunity. So I think when I learn how to which are my limits, what are my limits, how can I deal with my personal schedule, and in general, I would say my personality as well. Now I know how I am, in different cultures as well, and also that I can share some of my culture as well. So since a lot of people ask me different questions about how's Ecuador, how's the Latin American region. Give me some words in Spanish. So how were you working before with the corporate social responsibility projects in Ecuador? Different kind of things, personal and professional things. It's good to know what is my speech and how can I provide this information to everybody, and what are the key messages that I want to provide from my experience, from myself, and from my culture. So I think it's a learning process, and I'm glad to say that I feel like I can understand it better.
That's a really great achievement. I mean, we struggle to learn about ourselves, and that's kind of one of the most important things, because once you know about yourself, you can give to others, right? Once you're in peace with yourself, you can give peace to others.
Right.
Well, I'm not gonna hold you up for longer and just ask you this one last question. You being a social leader, how do you advocate for diversity and inclusion?
Well, actually, that little question has tons of things to say, but it's part of. I think the most important thing about diversity and inclusion is, in my work, for example, considering always different vulnerable communities. Think about the people who is outreached, people who is left behind, probably during a disaster. When you write a proposal or a project, it's very important to think if the project that you're writing or working, or it's gonna be for this specific, for children, for women, for people with disabilities. So I've learned this here at the American Red Cross. The whole federation actually has a huge advocacy campaign about getting that people in the front line, like getting these people first attention, and then the rest of the people. Why? Because they need more. So this is something that is stick to my head, to my mind, to my fingers. So every time I'm working, I always think about that. So I think that's a very important concept about inclusion. Always keep them in mind. And diversity, I separate also because of the Atlas Core Fellowship. We are the most diverse group I ever experienced. Like, I cannot believe my class, we were only 12 people from 10 different countries, from different regions. So other classes are more from one country, but in my class, class 29, we were like an international group, speaking different languages. We share different things, we share different customs, traditions, and the most important, what I learned from that, is that we were also very similar. So when you think about diversity, you think that we are completely different. But I think there's another concept that we need to add there, is that we are similar as well. We are humans. We feel the same way. We have the same fears. And that's why we are able to connect.
I really like that. Thank you so much for your time and for your insights. I hope you took notes. See you soon.
See you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.